Everything old is new again. America's entertainment pop culture talk show.
It may well possess a rudimentary intelligence.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Felt a great disturbance in the force.
Hello, I'm Mr. Red.
Come on, bark like a dog for me.
Where's the goodies?
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
You filthy criminal.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Here are your hosts, Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Jack Sparrow.
Follow him in.
He took everything from me and filled me with rage.
Welcome to Everything Old is New Again. This is Douglas Viviani with the old scallywag himself, David Cohen.
Hi, matey.
There we go. We're visiting with Pirates of the Caribbean 5 there when we hear that little clip. And believe it or not, since 1882, now how many years ago is that? It's like 150 years ago, the release of Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island kind of took the world by storm. Am I wrong? It was something that was...
I wasn't there at the time, but I'm sure it did.
Look at the history. It really... People love the pirate story. And at that point forward, Captain Blood was produced later with Errol Flynn in 1933. And then, that was like the template. That was where everybody started to do pirate movies. Old Douglas Fairbanks Jr. and all these people swashbuckling around. And they were the craze, really, in the 40s and 50s. Then there was Treasure Island. The first Disney movie that was live action, not a cartoon, believe it or not, was Treasure Island. We have Goonies. We've got now the fourth season of Black Sails just ended last year. I had the opportunity to meet with a number of those stars back in the day, so I'm going to resurrect and pull up some of the interviews that I did with them at a Comic-Con to show that, Everything Old is New Again has a little bit of a stake in the pirate theme itself. That we actually had some fun with them. We love Goonies. As far as I'm concerned, Jake and the Neverland Pirates, a kid's cartoon, and the 5 Pirates of Caribbean movies to date. By the way, the latest one, number 5, earned $800 million worldwide. Pirates, pirates, pirates. Why pirates still to this day, 100 years later? What's the fascination with pirates, David Cohen?
I figure you know the answer to that. And you got getting so excited about it.
I don't know the answer to that. We'll investigate that. And further, to try to figure this out, we are going to take the USS Old New Again out on the Long Island Sound and out to the Atlantic Ocean and find out what it's like to be on the ocean and broadcast from there and get a feel for the pirate life. Up close and personal. What do you think of that idea?
I'm excited.
That's pretty good.
Got a beautiful day out there, too, so let's do it.
Yeah, this is going to be good. We just got to first, we want to bring everybody up to speed a little bit here with respect to Captain Blood and the way the world works with respect to piracy. What's it all about? What are the rules of piracy?
It's the world against us and us against the world. Those of you in favor of these articles, raise your right hands and say aye! Aye!
You pirates are used to taking what you want without the formality of purchase.
I'm thief and pirate, and I'll show you how a thief and a pirate can deal.
All right, so pirates were thieves. Is that what you were saying? They had their own code?
Yes.
All right. What kind of society did it live under, though? Like, how did it rule? Was the pirate captain the king, so to speak? Or
I believe it was more of a democracy.
Interesting. And now we've got Zach McGowan, who was Captain Vane in the pirate show Black Sails. And I had an opportunity to talk to him.
The biggest thing that I learned was that these guys and that these people were, essentially the beginning of democracy in the free world, in the new world, so to speak. And that shift when I went, oh my God, this is just 60 years before the revolution, and this is where that idea started taking hold.
So he's trying to say that the piracy itself gave way or gave the seed to our founding fathers. Does that make any sense, to build a democracy?
No.
So he's extending it a little bit, but piracy was a democracy. Be on that ship, you were the quartermaster, which means if you were the judge. If there was any issues there, the crew was a legislative branch. They voted on all ship issues. I don't know. The captain did have absolute power during battle, but other than that, he could influence things, but he was not a monarch. He was elected by the crew, and if they didn't like what he was doing, he was out. Did you know that?
The captain?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you could be outvoted, so to speak, and you I don't know if you'd be sent to the showers or walk the plank, whatever you would do.
Was it by popular vote or electoral college?
I don't know. That's a good question. The eye patch itself, what's that about? Some facts
I
here.
thought Pirate lost an eye.
No.
I loved finding out the fun little facts about pirates, like this eye patch myth, which I heard was because when they're under the ship, they have their under the ship eye, and then when they come out, they switch and put us so they have an outside eye, so that when they go under deck, they can see.
Right, so that's Max from Black Sails, Jessica Kennedy.
They're just making this stuff up. That's what it really sounds like.
No, these are actors. Are you kidding?
That's what I mean. They're making
actors.
this.
They don't make things up. They read what's on the page. The person that put it on the page made it up. What she's saying, though, is true. What they would do is the patch would be over a good eye, but it would make your pupil dilate, right? So that no, it wouldn't dilate. Your pupil would be wide open.
Yeah,
and the other pupil would dilate. Oh, okay. And then the other pupil would be small because it was out in the sun. But when you had to run into a battle and run inside and out, you couldn't wait for your eyes to adjust. So inside of a pirate ship is dark. So if you ran inside the pirate ship, you would take your eye patch and put it to the other eye.
Were they really running inside and outside so much that they actually had to wear this patch all the time?
Not everybody did that, but the ones that did do that, mostly captains and first mates, had to run in and out and direct traffic and direct what was going on during a battle. They had to run in and out in the back quarter deck and so forth, and the captain's quarters, and that's what it was for.
No Ray-Bans, I guess.
No Ray-Bans, exactly. So, I mean, that was interesting. Now, how about this? I got an opportunity to speak to Eleanor Guthrie, who is Hannah, and about not being in a typical pirate story. And listen to, was there a little flirting going on?
How does it feel to play a character that's female, that's not the damsel in distress, but someone in control?
It feels brilliant.
Completely different than what we've seen, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously why I was initially attracted to this role. And, playing someone a female character who is a rebel and a trailblazer and someone who is not subservient in any way to any man is just a dream.
It's a dream, and it was a dream to talk to Eleanor Guthrie.
Where was the flirting happening in there?
Oh, she was laughing at what I was saying. She was so excited to talk to me. And no, I didn't think so.
Not at all.
But,
it's nice to dream.
It's nice to dream.
Definitely.
But I had the opportunity to speak to all these people, and they were very excited about everything old is new again. I was wearing the shirt.
Huh.
And they were...
did any of them ask you what the show was about?
They did, and they're actually all filmed in Australia, is where the show filmed.
Right.
So I gave them the card to all of them and had them say, you can listen to the old shows if you like on everythingoldisnewagain.biz. Everythingoldisnewagain.biz. Tune it in. And I think if you look at YouTube, after those interviews, we clicked up 1 or 2 views for every show.
From Australia?
Yes. I'm making it up. Pirating your time at this point to try to selfishly and shamelessly promote everythingoldisnewagain.biz. But
in the spirit of pirating, yes.
Exactly. So, all right, well, we'll be back. We're going to continue with some fun, and I want to get involved with the accent, the pirate accent. What is that all about? Why do we have that? And is it an affectation? Is it real? We'll be back, and Everything Old is New Again right after this to investigate more things I never knew about pirates. The Black Sails theme. We're on the way out. All right. That's it. We're here for the 2-minute hangover, the podcast hangover here. We're revisiting this pirate theme because I don't know if everybody heard us do the show. It was like a 4th show or something like that.
Right.
That we did 3 years ago.
Way back when.
So we're revamping these interviews just to get put a little blood into the veins and see what it's like. But we're doing all new things from this point on. We're going to go on the high seas soon. I want to talk about the accent and see if maybe we can do a pirate accent that would be different than the ones that they do now. I don't know if that would work or not, but we're going to give it a try and see what it's like to be a pirate and why, where this accent start from. This like you hear the pirates, right? There's always this affectation, no?
They all sound the same.
Which is?
How? Fire matey.
Right.
Yeah, scurvy dog.
You sound like that Captain Balzac we used to experience.
Oh, gosh.
That was a little nightmare, that guy.
Yeah, definitely.
But, okay.
But it's that's, I think, the classic sort of pirate accent, right?
Right. Although if you listen to that Captain Blood with what was his name again? Basil Rathbone and Olivia de Havilland were in it, but the main character was a pirate. Well, that was the pirate, was Errol Flynn, and he did not put on any affectation at all.
Just said like, "Hi, I'm a pirate."
Pretty much. All the piracy accent and so forth didn't come about until 1950. You'll have to tune back in to see what happened in 1950 to start that pirate action. Arr, that pirate. Arr, good matey, we'll be back. Oh boy. Ready to do it again.
You're listening to Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
They found a mother.
Oh, it's nice to have a mother.
Peter Pan has found a mother. Oh, yeah. The game is up.
Okay, there we go.
Wow, Dio, tell viewers what happened there.
That was horrifying. If you don't think piracy is horrifying, acting like a pirate could be more horrifying than actually being a pirate. That was 2014. They did Peter Pan Live, if you remember, on NBC.
On TV, yeah.
And Christopher Walken was Captain Hook.
Right.
And he forgot his lines. Oof. Live on television. And he had some phlegm there at the end, too. If you notice, he was really phlegming up. He was, poor guy.
How did they recover from that? I started watching it, but I didn't finish.
I think he finally got the line at the end there. That line about what it was.
Something about your mother.
Yeah, having a mother or what have you. I think that he finally got it. Let me just say, here it is.
The game is up.
Yeah, the game is up.
The game is up.
The game is up.
Okay.
And so he couldn't remember the game is up, the poor guy. And, I mean, that was horrifying. So, but 2014, piracy is on our television live, being performed. Now, did he have an accent?
Not really.
Not really, right? He played it pretty straight.
He was doing Christopher Walken, I think. That was the accent.
Which kind of didn't carry the day. But let's listen to, very briefly, someone who I will tell you is the Bela Lugosi of pirates, is the person that created the pirate accent as we know it to this day. How do you like that? Woo-hoo-hoo! That's Robert Newton himself, man.
He really went for it.
There was no R before him. He did it. He, of course, did the accent. He, of course, had the peg leg, and he had the parrot. All that stuff created by Robert Louis Stevenson back in the day. But he created the interpretation of Long John Silver in Treasure Island. And it was so successful that he played this Blackbeard the pirate in 1952 sequel to that movie, and then there was a television series for 26 episodes that unfortunately he passed away during the creation or after the 26 episodes. It would have continued. There's a pirate show that you could take a look at. But again, there you go. The accent started there, but it didn't end there. We now have lots of accents. Have you I don't know, heard many other accents? I've heard there was Captain Hook. We've heard. How about we listen to maybe Captain Barbosa from Jeffrey Rush from Pirates of the Caribbean?
We're not among the living, so we cannot die, but neither are we dead. For too long I've been parched of thirst and unable to quench it. Too long I've been starving to death and haven't died. I feel nothing. You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
There's a little bit of that smile, that laugh. What do you think? I mean, what do you think?
It's very similar to
Robert Newton, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I think he did a tremendous job with that. I thought he was better than Jack Sparrow. I might be, over the top here, saying he was better than Johnny Depp, but I thought that was a great character. Let's go back and just listen to Captain Hook from Peter Pan in 52.
You wouldn't dare fight old Hook, man to man.
So he has a little bit of an affectation. It sounds like he was doing I don't know. It sounds like he was doing Robert Newton there a little bit.
A little bit. They had that, they're all going for that gruffy voice, I mean,
Right.
that kind of like, Irish, Scottish accent, but definitely the growly, gruffy voice has got to be part of it.
Right, which I don't know if this is true or not. I mean,
I don't know either.
How about Jack Sparrow? He didn't do that, but he had his own way.
Sticks and stones, love. I saved your life, you saved mine. We're square. Gentlemen, you will always remember this as the day that you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow.
So what's he doing there? What kind of is that? An accent
English,
too?
English accent, yeah,
like a dirty English accent or something or
kind
other.
of.
With a little drunken business.
But
to him.
no, that
Right.
growl in his voice.
Right. Well, he was playing up against too. If you think about it, Barbossa was doing that. So
Right.
how about Captain Phillips, a modern pirate?
The ship's broken. We had to go.
Nobody gets hurt. Look at me. Sure. Look at me. Sure. I'm the captain now.
Even he's got
I'm
an
the
accent.
captain now.
What's up with that?
Well, but it's they're portraying real life pirates, not these fantasy pirates that we're discussing.
All right. Well, let's just hear from Long John Silver himself from Black Sail.
Himself.
Toby Stevens. I want to hear him what he has to say about this topic of an accent with these characters.
I think what's great about it is that actually we stripped away a lot of the affectation. We could go back and start talking in this 18th century way, or talking in kind of West Country accents and doing all of that hoo-ah stuff. But the thing is, once you do that, you distance an audience from these characters, and what we want to do is make them human and make them characters that you want to follow and that you're intrigued by. I think that just serves to alienate them. So I think that's why I think this works in an interesting way as opposed to normal pirate drama.
Now, does that make sense? Do you hear what he's saying? He's saying that the accent, and I never heard of a phrase this way, it's pretty interesting, alienates the audience from that character because you can't relate. You've never met somebody like that.
Well, also it's a caricature of the character. So when people see that you're really not serious about this because you're going, matey, I mean, they're not going to take you seriously as a character.
Now, so let's look at Black Sails, which was very serious and didn't do that and was somewhat successful, but was on Stars, so it didn't have like
the mass
appeal
audience reach, right?
But it was very successful, very well done, 4 seasons. What about that compared to Pirates of the Caribbean, which is making billions of dollars? Pirates of the Caribbean is somewhat tongue-in-cheek, no?
It is. But also, Johnny Depp is also not doing that. And his interpretation of Jack Sparrow, he's sort of created his own pirate character there, without doing the "har."
Right. Which is interesting, by the way. I went to Disney. We've done a show about that about a year ago, and went to Disney and went to the Pirates of the Caribbean. I was there in the 70s, I believe, in the 80s, and they had one presentation of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, on the way out, if you've been there, on the way out, there's a new character. And it's Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow.
He's on the way out. He wasn't there before, before this
not
movie.
Years ago, no.
So now he's a big attraction. In that attraction, they made a little spot for him on the way out.
Also, Johnny Depp appeared on that ride to promote the movie. You would see suddenly you were going through the ride, and there would be as Captain Jack Sparrow, actually Johnny Depp. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yes. Yep.
That's very interesting. I mean, he was on the boat, or he was on like in the what do we call it? The
he was
display?
on the boat wherever Captain Jack Sparrow, the animated person, was. Johnny Depp was standing there.
Wow.
Yep. And he would wave to you, talk to you. Yeah. To promote the movie.
How did you know that? Did you?
Oh, I read about it. Yeah.
That's very.
I didn't
cool.
experience it, but it was in the papers.
Very cool. So, which is the most popular accent? Should you do an accent that this fella did in Robert Newton? Was that a mistake? I think it was not a mistake, but I just think its time has come. In other words, it really made it. When you think of pirates, you think of that right away.
Right,
and so that was iconic. So you can't say that was a mistake, because maybe Pirates of the Caribbean may never have been made if Treasure Island was not successful, and Treasure Island may not have been successful if that character wasn't so iconic.
Right. He created a character that was probably perfect for that movie, and then, like Hollywood usually does, oh, that worked there, let's do it again.
Right.
So
even down to Lost in Space. Remember the Lost in Space where they had the
the pirate, yeah.
And he was pretty much the same thing as Robert Newton. It was pretty significant that they I don't know, you would say pirated that voice. Right?
There you go.
We'll be back right after this. Oh, no, what am I saying? Holy smokes.
Wait.
We have more time.
We do.
I want you to come up with your own accent. What do you think you're going to do?
For a pirate? Well,
Yes.
why do they have to all be British and or Irish accent, whatever that is?
Right.
Why do they need to exist in that part of the world, right? I mean, real pirates have that accent we heard from Captain Phillips.
Right.
So a pirate could be anywhere, right? So maybe it's just my voice could be the voice of a pirate.
Right. Why would he have to have an affectation? Or would you be using the affectation either to control your crew to show that you're such a nasty son of a gun, or would you be using it to disguise who you are so that when you're the real person, you could go on into England, let's say, and buy a beer at the local tavern, and you wouldn't be saying, "Arr." You'd be just like, "Oh, I'll take a beer." And no one would think you're a pirate at that point.
Well,
part of your disguise.
I think if you went into a bar and said, I need a beer, no one will think you're a pirate in that situation.
Well,
Either they just think you're a crazy person.
Depends if you were in Port Royal or not, right? Port Royal was their hometown.
Right.
You didn't know that.
I did not know that.
See that? We'll be back and everything old is new again. More things you never knew about piracy on the high seas. We're going to go on the USS Everything Old is New Again next. We're going to have to pack everything up here. We've got to get to the old new again.
Yeah, the bright shiny boat.
See what's going to bring us here on the high seas. We'll have some fun. Don't you think, or no?
I think so, and it was very smart of you to bring those wind screens for the microphones, so we won't hear a lot of the wind, although it seems pretty calm out there right now.
It's calm out there, but you're right. You want to make sure that this works for the listening audience. Let's not lose sight of the fact that we are going on this ship just to entertain. That's the point.
Exactly.
You're not doing it for our own well-being.
We will not be enjoying this, in fact.
Exactly. When the show is over, we're not staying on that ship for the rest of the day, are we?
No.
We're not going to go...
Even though it's stocked with beer and we've got a big screen TV down in the hull, we are not enjoying it nor staying on the boat.
Shrimp cocktails galore, right?
Yeah.
Bikinis, I think. And there might be a couple of
I'm not
ladies
wearing
in the
one. I just want to let you know that right now.
There might be a lady or two wearing a bikini. That would be interesting. Just saying. Or they could be hanging on the...
Why do you refer to them as ladies?
Well, is that a bad word now?
Huh?
Is it a bad term now?
No, it's like a 1940s word.
Well, everything old is new again. That's why.
Do you call them dames also?
No. You know what I don't call? I don't call them broads. That's when you really get into trouble. The rest, I think ladies is not so... That's not really... dramatically difficult.
No, it's nothing wrong. I'm not saying you're saying anything wrong. It's just it's a little,
All right, so we'll go on board and make sure that the broads are there with the cigars and the brandy, and like a 1960 Mad Men version of a pirate.
Exactly.
All right, we'll be back and everything old is new again right after this on board the USS Old New Again.
Now, back to America's entertainment pop culture talk show. Everything old is new again with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Alas, there, it be too late to alter course, mateys. And there be plundering pirates lurking in every cove, waiting to board. Set culture together and keep your ruddy hands inboard. That be the best way to repel boarders. And mark well me words, mateys. Dead men tell no tales.
We are. Welcome to Everything Old is New Again. David Cohen, Douglas Viviani. We're at the USS, I should say the SS, not USS, the SS Old New Again. We're ready to board. Did you hear what that introduction was? I know it's a little windy. What did you think of that? Do you have any idea where that came from?
I have no idea where that came from.
That is the Disney ride Pirates of the Caribbean, the introduction where you're starting on board.
Oh, right. I knew it sounded familiar. I just couldn't place it.
And they basically kind of used, again, the Robert Newton character there to get you rolling, get you involved. So that was pretty cool. Let's set the scene here. We're going on to the Long Island Sound. We want to experience pirate life for an afternoon as suggested by none other than, you know who Long John Silver is in the new incarnation.
Toby Stevens?
Yes, he is. How about that, from Black Sails?
Now, you referenced previous incarnations of a pirate genre. What do you think that Black Sails is adding or modifying from all the prior, if at all?
Well, it's a thing that almost at the time that pirates existed, the mythology began. You know, what they were hearing about who pirates were and how they acted, you know, in all the various ports and places in the world was already being, mythologized and changed. So while there's been it in some books on screen, we've never actually seen real pirate life that was kind of historically accurate and really examined what it was like for these men and women at this time.
So that's it. Did you hear me talking to that boy? He's a star. Okay, that's a star.
I thought the first voice I heard was him, and then I realized it was you.
Yes.
So you've got some gravitas.
We could be interchangeable. If somebody makes a mistake one day and wakes me up and says you are going to act as Long John Silver, I could do it.
I'm sure you can.
All right. Well, that's.
I'm sure you can.
Maybe I'll do it today.
No doubt about that.
Maybe I'll do it today. Who knows? Because
you have to be asked.
That's true. Maybe I'll wake up. I'm still asleep. At this point in time, I think it's time to get on board the ship.
Let's get on, baby.
Let's get going. You get on here. Put your package. Where's your package?
Is that
That's my step
sound effects for the getting on board?
Yes.
Yep.
How about you, Jan?
I'm on.
All right, let's get
I'm
going.
much quieter.
All right, batten down the hatches. Raise the mizzenmast. Off we go. You don't go for that.
Yeah, we just have a little outboard motor, Doug. There are no masts.
It's not really a sailboat. I know the power
we could pretend.
radio.
We could pretend.
Exactly. It's nice to be out here. It's
a
nice
feels
smell.
great.
Now, pirates, there was some good things. I mean, they got to smell that ocean air. If they had enough food, you wouldn't worry about food. You'd have no worries, at least while the ship is running.
Exactly. Plus, all the junk from, onshore is gone. You're out now.
No cell phones, no aggravation.
No cell phone.
No mail, right?
Well, today, yes. I'm thinking back in the day. But
I didn't know that either. It was
right.
fun. You really got a chance to get away from it all, if you will. That was the pleasure part.
I like it.
Huh?
Whoa.
What's this? What's
going on?
Oh, there's some cannonballs across our bow. Oh, we got to hold up here.
Whoa.
What's this?
Is this for real?
This is this looks like a pirate ship pulling up right next to us. Pretty ominous.
What's going on?
Pretty big too.
Wow. What is this?
Who is that? Who's on board there? Hey, looks like.
Arr, mateys. We meet again.
Okay, is that Captain Balzac up there?
It's Captain Balzac.
Hey, Captain, how are you?
Don't talk to me like I'm your friend, Dougie.
Oh, what? Huh? What happened?
You blackballed me, Dougie, and I'm coming to seek my revenge.
I blackballed you? Really? Interesting. Well, all right, come on down. Lock her.
Oh, I'm coming, Dougie. Here I come.
All right, come on down those stairs. You got to tie that line up there. You're a pirate. You don't know. You got to tie the...
I know what I'm doing, Dougie.
All right, tie...
I'm taking over the ship. I'm the captain now.
Right.
You seen that movie? I'm the captain now.
Yes. What did Tom Hanks say? Yes.
All right.
That's some acting. Listen,
David, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, Captain Balzac. What? You seem pretty angry, though.
I'm angry that you guys blackballed me.
We didn't blackball you. By the way, we're on the air now. You may want to talk into the microphone.
Oh, I know you're on the air.
Oh, you do?
How's this? Is this better?
Perfect. Absolutely.
All right. Now, you listen to me, Dougie.
Yes.
I was on your show a long time ago, and you didn't like how things went.
Correct.
Now you're here doing a show about pirating, and you don't even invite me.
Well, I have to say to you, I had my people reach out to yours, but you don't have any people, so it was very difficult for us to reach you. But I'm glad we ran into you now, other than those cannonballs across our bow. What was that about?
I had to scare you guys because I'm angry. I'm on board here because I want to take over the show. If you're not going to invite me, I thought we were friends, Dougie. Yeah. I thought we were friends. If you're not going to invite me on the show, I'm taking over the show.
I see.
I'm the host now.
You're hijacking.
I'm the host. You like that? Instead of captain, I said host because you're a radio host. I've got the personality you need, Dougie. It's right here.
I have to tell you, I challenge you. I don't think you're a pirate. You might be a host. You're not a pirate.
What are you talking about?
First of all, you got nobody in that ship. It's just you.
What do you call this thing on my shoulder here? It's a parrot.
Pirates got parrots.
It's parrot poop. I'd love to take a look. The parrot's gone.
He poops a little bit. He's back in my other ship.
All right, well, I mean, you're all alone. How about if I ask you, could you do me a favor? Let's get on the even keel here. Let's try to, let's bridge the gap a little bit. I want to see if you actually satisfy me that you are a pirate, and maybe we can actually have you on the show.
I'm dressed like a pirate, aren't I? What am I, some crazy nut?
I dressed up as Captain Morgan last year for Halloween. It didn't make me a pirate.
Do you see the pirate ship behind me, Dougie? It's a pirate ship.
I see it. It looks like a little rickety. Let's just get to it. Do me a favor. Do you remember back in the day what was the wickedest city on Earth? And of course, it was inhabited by pirates. What was it?
It had the name Cove in it. It's been a long time. I've been alive for many years.
It had a harbor. It had corrupt politicians. It had a set of ethics that seemed to pass down from Sodom and Gomorrah. You can't remember?
It was Miami Beach, Doug.
No,
that's what we called it.
It actually was Port Royal, Jamaica. So, I mean, I'm not sure you're really on board.
I was close.
You were close.
Miami's only a few miles away, Dougie.
Well, how about this? Did pirates walk the plank, or have anybody else walk the plank? Make men walk the plank?
If you don't put me on your show now, you're walking the plank right now.
Pirates,
so yes, they had a plank.
Never did that. They never did that. Such a nonsensical thing. There were much easier ways to kill somebody. It wasn't a Batman episode. Let's say they didn't have people walk the plank. They keeled them. They put them. What's keeling? You know what that is?
Where are you getting your facts, man? I lived back then. I was a pirate. I still am a pirate.
What is keeling then?
What is what?
Keeling someone would be you would tie them up and you throw them on board on the left on the
starboard
side.
You tie them up and you throw them on board off board of the starboard. Of course, that's what keeling
underneath the ship.
Underneath the ship, that's where they go.
And all the barnacles would rip their skin up as they appeared on the other side of the ship.
And that's keeling. All right, you got another question for me?
Yeah. Did you ever say?
Hey, listen, Dougie, you're pissing me off now.
I got to tell you,
I don't need to take any quiz. I've got control of the ship now.
I don't think you see R and shiver me timbers stuff you say all the time. Pirates never said that stuff.
How about scurvy dog?
No, they didn't. They cursed up a storm, which you can't do as a host on a radio show. But yeah, they didn't go for it. No. How about if you lost an eye or a limb? What happened if you were on a pirate ship?
You see this eye patch I'm wearing there, matey? It's covering up the loss of me eye.
How much did you get for that eye? How much
in a battle a long time ago? Yeah. You keep stepping on my lines here, and you're not giving me a chance to respond to your silly questions.
So the eye patch is not for going in and out of the deck and in the sun and in the shade?
Sure it is, because of the pupil dilation. You never heard of that, Dougie.
All right, well...
You think you got me, you don't. I'm answering all of these questions.
That one. All right, we'll be back on Everything Old is New again right after this with Captain Balzac and see if we can...
there's no commercial break here. I'm in control.
Keep talking. See what happens.
I'm in control.
Having some fun with Captain Balzac. Sorry for cutting you off there. We're just running out of time. We only had 9 minutes for you there, so you really... Sometimes you get a little... you have a little something to say, you know? You have something else to say right now, Mr. Balzac? You go right ahead.
I've got something to say to you right now.
Mr. Balzac, I don't know if you heard me.
It's Captain Balzac to you. I need a bathroom. Where's your...
Don't you know where a bathroom is?
Where's your lavatory? I'm on your ship now.
Down to the left.
You got one, or am I going off the side?
Go down the deck there, go down the passageway to the left.
Neither one of you mateys move while I'm down there. You understand? David, you have not said a word since I've been on the boat. Why is that?
I'm just a little scared.
Well, you should be. I'll be right back.
We're back right after this with David Cohen, Douglas Viviani, and Captain Balzac on the high seas. We're heading towards the Atlantic, experiencing pirate life like it should be. All the fun, thrills, and adventure that you could ever want on the high seas.
This is Everything Old is New Again, America's entertainment pop culture talk show with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen.
Here we are back on Everything Old is New Again.
Hold it. This is my show now.
All right, introduce us. Let's go.
We're back on Everything Old is New Again with my captives, Douglas Viviani and David Cohen. This is Captain Balzac. And don't make fun of the name. My mother named me after the philosopher Balzac.
Okay.
Not the other kind of Balzac.
What was the philosopher Balzac like? What was he known for? What was his
philosophy, Douglas?
Yes.
You keep asking me this crazy
What
question.
type of philosophy, though? That's what I want to know. What was
the
he all
thinking
about?
kind of philosophy?
Oh, he was a thinking man.
That's what philosophers do, man. What's the matter with you?
Telling me what he was thinking about. That's the problem.
I don't know. My mother never told me.
Oh, she only told me that that's your name, Sonny.
Listen,
that's your name.
All I can tell you is I don't believe
people respect you because you've got the name of a philosopher.
Okay, a philosopher king would even be better, right? That would be really terrific. Somebody like Aristotle or somebody of that nature. But I don't really know who you're talking about. I don't know who
He's
you're...
a famous philosopher. Look him up on your Google.
No idea.
Google him.
When I look it up, I see you and I see credit collections. I don't see... That's all I see is like...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, all right. Well, listen, let's do this. I will make a deal with you. I would be happy to feature you on an entire 1-hour episode of Everything Old is New Again next week. If you are able to answer a few questions about some pirate phrases that I have here ready to go. If you can answer the question what these phrases mean correctly, you're in. If not, I have to then ask you to please leave and let us go on our way to experience life on the high seas ourselves.
All right, that's a fair offer, Dougie. Let's go. I'll answer your questions, no problem.
All right, you're making some of these. Some of these are really easy. I'll start off easy.
They'll all be easy for me. I'm a pirate.
All right, I like to hear that. That's a fun prospect. I don't know if it's true. Let's see. First of all, when a pirate says "Ahoy, matey," what is he saying?
He's saying "Hello, matey."
But what
He's saying
matey?
it's a greeting.
What does matey stand for?
It's like your friend, your crew member or a friend.
Nice. Well, that's been in a lot of movies. You probably know. How about batten down the hatches?
Well, it's getting a ship prepared for battle.
And what do you do when you batten down the hatches?
There's a lot of things, Dougie. Come on, I thought this was like a yes or no kind of quiz. Now you got me. Right, you got my loins all up in a bunch.
You don't know.
Batten down the hatches. You gotta you get the sails ready. You get the guns ready.
Get that cigar out of your mouth. Come on.
You get the knives ready. You get all your ammunition ready to go.
You don't tie everything down.
Of course you tie things down. That's why you batten down the hatches.
Because a storm is brewing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How about booty? You probably know that.
You're talking in the current day vernacular or back in
As
the
a pirate? A pirate.
Because there's a big distinction there, you know.
Booty
is the good stuff that you get from being a pirate.
Which is?
You know, jewels and...
your treasure, in other words. Oh, you're doing pretty good. I'll give you credit. How about a crow's nest? What is that?
Oh, that sits up at the top of the mast. Come on.
Nice. All right, now let's really get into it now. How about this? Davy Jones's locker.
First of all, when is this quiz over? Because I'm answering all of them and I want my own show.
You got about 10 more to go, my man.
Oh.
Let's go. Come on.
Davy Jones' locker?
Yes.
It's that thing at the bottom of the sea.
What does it do? What does it beckon to?
Beckons to the pirates.
It's an evil spirit of Davy Jones that brings sailors and pirates there to die.
Bing!
You're close.
Another one right for Captain Balzac!
Dead men tell no tales.
It was a movie starring Robert Mitchum.
Interesting. What does it mean? What does the phrase mean?
Oh, pirating phrase. I see.
Yes. Dead men tell no tales.
It's kind of self-explanatory, Douglas. David, do you ever explain this stuff to Dougie?
When would a man say that?
He's kind of a thick skull, I think.
Heave ho. What is heave ho?
You're not serious, are you?
Come on.
I'm going to heave ho you right over the board here,
okay.
right over the ship.
How about the Jolly Roger?
It's
What's
the
that?
pirate flag with the skull and crossbones.
How about landlubber? What does it mean to be a landlubber?
It means you don't like to be on the ship.
You're a big, clumsy person that doesn't know how to be on a sailboat? That would it be?
That's it, exactly.
How about a man of war?
That's me, I'm a man of war.
A pirate ship outfitted for battle?
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about old salt?
You're asking me what an old salt is? I am an old salt.
What's an old salt? What is it?
You know what it is. You tell me what it is, and I'll tell you whether you're right.
Would you find an old salt on the poop deck? Where's the poop deck?
The poop deck is where you do your poop.
No, it's the farthest portion back of the ship where the captain's quarters are. How about savvy? What is savvy? What does it mean, savvy?
Savvy is being like a kind of a good with the ladies, you know?
It means do you agree? How about scallywag? What does that mean?
Scallywag is somebody you take on the ship and you whip him.
No, it's really more of like a rogue. He's akin to calling somebody a rogue. How about a scurvy dog?
Well, you'd whip the scallywags because they're rogues. Right. Scurvy dog is the same thing. You got to, like somebody on your ship, one of your crew, who's like he's trying to rebel against you or just being a good for nothing. You call him a scurvy dog.
Yeah, it really means talking like it's a mild insult, but okay.
Speaking to the mic, Douglas.
How about a sea dog? It's what does that stand?
Oh, like I'm an old sea dog. I've been out for hundreds of years being a pirate.
Yeah. How about 3 sheets to the wind? What does that mean?
Yes, 3 sheets to the wind. It's when you're drunk.
Oh, okay. You got a few of them right, but I still do not believe. Come clean now. Let's be honest. You're not a pirate. You've got nobody there on the ship. I see you don't have a sword. You don't even have a parrot. Nothing's going on over here. I look over the ship while I was doing this. That's why I was away from the microphone. I was looking overboard here. You've got a little houseboat here. You've built a facade on the house, make it look like a pirate ship. Let's be honest. You're not really a pirate, are you, Captain Balzac?
No, I'm not.
All right. Then you don't really have an accent either, do you? Be honest.
No, I don't have an accent.
So what's your fascination then with piracy? This is the question. Oh, go ahead.
First of all, I thought we were on the water.
We are. There we go.
Okay, there it is. I'm not a pirate. I've just been doing this stuff. I'm a pirate at kids' parties. I dress up. Yeah, I dress up like this for kids' parties and...
So pirates are more popular than clowns these days, I would bet.
That's the trend, yeah.
You kind of look like a Jack Sparrow type. Is that what you're going for? What kind of a look are you going for?
I'm, whatever look, wherever I can get some work. I'm
at the kids' party. Do they use balloons? Do they have? What's your big thing? Do they have like a sword fight? Is like a nice? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not even that good at that. To be honest with you, even a pirate is at a kid show. Kids usually get scared of me, and the parents get all freaked out and they don't pay me or they end up suing me or whatever. It's just it's a bad situation.
It's kind of sad.
That's why I trying to come off as a real pirate and maybe I get my reputation back, get some movie work,
right.
Whatever. But
you thought maybe you'd be on the Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Maybe you get a role.
I thought maybe you guys knew somebody you could help me, and I figured I'd try to force you to do that.
Well, David, you've been a little quiet there. You're familiar with this? I mean, he sounds very familiar to another character that we know. Looking for work in the entertainment field.
He sounds a little bit like maybe like a Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, a little bit, a little sad sack kind of a way. Like he's got something to offer there, but it's just not enough of a niche to really to catch on yet.
Right. I mean, I think pirates are like a dime a dozen right now. So
right.
You have to distinguish yourself somehow and know the right people.
Should we introduce Captain Bowles? Well, what's your real name? I mean, I don't know if I go there with it.
Billy Jones.
All right. Well, all right. We'll Billy. What we'll do is, it's kind of disappointing on this end. Also, we've had a number of.
I don't know. How about William Jones?
All right, that's good.
William
Jones.
Will Jones.
What I would suggest maybe is we have a contact. This guy Bernie Brillstein. He's the agent of Oz.
I've heard of him. Yeah,
you have.
Yeah.
And he goes ahead and he tries to and has been booking all the actors from the land of Oz since 1934. Been pretty successful.
Wow.
So we know that he's getting involved with a gentleman by the name of Jack Pumpkinhead.
Right.
And he's had some difficulties. So maybe the two of you could team together, and Bernie will go ahead and, grace us with an appearance down the line.
Is Bernie the guy that keeps saying, I'm the agent of Oz?
Yes, that's the guy. So, I mean, Pumpkinhead is, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not know Pumpkinhead?
Right.
He's a big hit. All right.
Well, plus, I listen to your show, so he's been on a few times, right?
Exactly. All right. Well, let's do that. We'll put you two together, and we'll have some fun, just like we've had fun together. Maybe we'll revisit you as a comedy team with Mr. Jack Pumpkinhead.
You got any extra beer down there?
We'll be back, and everything all is due again right after this. There you go.
Thanks.